Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are back with Wonder Woman by Tom King. Today we are back with issue number 16. So, monkeys.
What?
They sell. They sell.
They do sell.
Any sort of ape, chimp, monkey, anything on the cover, they sell. And naturally, we have a great issue here.
Can I get my minor quibble out of the way at the top?
Sure.
There isn't a whole lot of Diana in this issue, but it's also clear that Diana is doing things. So if King sticks the landing, this could be fantastic. I have a feeling we're probably going to go back to Diana in the next issue because I think this is meant to be in parallel largely with the last issue.
Yeah. I do also want to say, I just did a count as you were starting your little rant there. She is on 8 of the main 22 pages of the issue, which is nearly half. So
yeah, she's in it, and she's doing things,
mm-hmm.
and they're things. Well, she's put other plans into motion is the whole idea. Actually, she's mainly on Themyscira. But Tom King has decided, for both better and I suppose for worse, it's time to do a Columbo parody.
Why not? Let Tom King have some fun.
I was saying, we've had some really heavy issues, and I wanted something lighter, and I guess this is lighter. And
it most definitely is.
I was reading this entire goddamn issue in the voice of Peter Falk.
All right then. Yeah, that's fair. Oh my god.
Also, once again, guest. He's been on 2 issues now.
Yeah.
Bruno Redondo.
Yeah.
On pencils.
I feel like Redondo is the guy that King calls in when he wants to have some fun on this book, and this is no change. This is no different. Detective Chimp is here, and he is here to investigate the Sovereign, who, first off, we've learned the real name of, Henry Charles, very casually, I find.
I believe we had gotten that revealed earlier on. I think.
Did we know his name earlier?
Yeah, because he was named after 2 British monarchs.
Yes. Okay, that is correct. But they've only done it once, right? They've only ever said it.
Literally, I think they've only mentioned it once.
Yeah, maybe it feels especially relevant now because Detective Chimp almost exclusively refers to him as Mr. Charles.
Well, again, it's because Detective Chimp is doing the Columbo thing of, I'm just my wife who is an ape, I guess. She doesn't actually refer to a wife, but it's a Columbo thing.
Yeah.
He speaks in these I don't know. This is the most dialogue in a Tom King comic, probably. These extended, rambling monologues to both.
You've never read Gotham City Year One. That is the most dialogue in a Tom King comic.
Does that thing have a lot of dialogue?
A lot of dialogue. It's a story where everyone is basically a detective and talks like
everyone's in. So, I was gonna say everyone's. Is this one where that's his big noir one? So it's everyone's
with Slam fucking Bradley.
So everyone's Humphrey Bogart. Okay.
Exactly. Anyway, but yeah. So Chimp is investigating the Sovereign and mostly by annoying him. And asking him pertinent questions regarding the death of one Steve Trevor.
And it's obvious that our dear Detective Chimp knows everything from the beginning and is literally doing the Columbo thing of, they tapped me to investigate the death of one Steve Trevor, and he happened to be at your residence, you see. So, because, sorry to bother you, I could just come right in. This is a Peter Falk impression.
While we're on voices, I know a really bad time for me to say just last issue that I imagined the Sovereign is David Warner, but I think it mostly has to do with the way that Redondo. This is I think Redondo's first time drawing the character, I believe, in an issue. Something about the way that he draws the character and his annoyance at Detective Chimp throughout the issue. I know you won't really get this point of reference, but he reminds me of Pip Torrens, specifically Pip Torrens in Preacher, who look, if you've seen the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is that. So
see, I still was getting David Warner vibes.
Oh yeah, no, I could still read the character as David Warner, but there's something about his portrayal specifically in this issue that screamed at me German Pip Torrens in Preacher. Anyway, entirely beside the point. I loved reading the Sovereign's annoyance at Detective Chimp. Mostly asking questions about like trying to get the Sovereign to like find holes in his story, because the story basically goes that, oh well, the last time I saw Steve Trevor, I was buying a military piece from him, and he paid me in cash, and so okay, well I can. I noticed that Steve Trevor didn't have any cash on him, so just finding like little holes in his story enough that by the end of the issue, and also a confrontation with Cersei, which was insane, Detective Chimp becomes the character in the end to pretty much properly take the Sovereign down, at least in our most significant way so far, to give us our biggest victory over him up to this point, and that is that by the end of the issue, the whole world knows who he is and what his legacy is and what his people have done, and have been doing throughout all of history.
King does structure this issue, the main story of this issue, literally like an episode of Columbo. It's that first, like, the initial meeting is, Detective Chimp does this big rambling, has this, this terrible joke. I was just swinging by. If your butler doesn't laugh, he heard it when I came in. And it's like, well, we have this prepared story. So he left with quite a lot of cash on. It's like, oh, well, okay, well, that satisfies me. Cut to sometime later at Arlington National Cemetery, where the detective just happens to be by and is like, well, we never found that cash. So, and it's like slowly annoying, slowly needling him away in more and more ridiculous ways. Like, one, literally as the man is riding a horse, just dropping out of a tree.
Looking for a banana. Or no, he has a banana at that point.
He has a banana.
He has a banana at that point. Also, the Spectre shows up in this issue. Didn't expect that. Yeah. But here he is.
We also get some... So the Lasso of Lies...
Do tell.
We'll get some backstory later on, but like we're slowly piecing things together that are interesting. And I think it's the final meeting between the Sovereign and Detective Chimp that's the most interesting, where...
Oh, yeah.
Where he quite literally goes full Columbo, and it's like, she claimed you're the King of America, and that your family's been manipulating our sister for 300 years. Isn't that just bananas?
Jacob, I want you to dub over an episode of Columbo now.
I don't think I have a very good Peter Falk, okay?
Just do it anyway.
No, this is... Here's the problem. I have read The Princess Bride, like the book, and that's the voice going through my head as I read The Princess Bride, because he narrates the movie.
Nice. Anyway, also, Clark Kent is here, who becomes the guy that does the actual digging into the Sovereign in the end, and ends up being the one to expose him. Great moment. I love that moment. Yeah, towards the end of the issue where like Chimp finally leaves the Sovereign alone, and like 2 seconds later, there's another knock, and it's Clark waiting there. Great moment. Really, really great.
Literally, the Sovereign is like, let me guess, one more thing. Literally referencing Columbo, because, and it's like actually I have a few questions. Clark Kent with the Daily Planet, like you can. I feel like Detective Chimp's job was literally annoy this man until we send in the big guns with Clark Kent.
Also, not to completely push Diana aside throughout this issue, I really do love her scenes in this, because I love this especially in that Hippolyta gets to meet her granddaughter. There's something really beautiful about that. Really, really great moment. I don't know.
That's where I think this is where Lizzie gets named properly as Elizabeth Marston Prince. Well, named in the present. Obviously, she's been named in backups because
of course. But she gets they say her name here, and that is the end of the issue, or at least the end of the main story, because we do have a backup here.
It's a fucking wild backup. This backup is why. I mean. I want Tom King not on Superman, but on a Superman Daily Planet focused backup.
That would be fun.
Almost. I think that could be fun. Just like continuing.
I mean, Tom King has written a Superman miniseries.
I want to say a fairly well acclaimed Superman miniseries.
Yeah,
greatly acclaimed Supergirl miniseries.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, perfect.
And we should probably cover on the podcast someday. Wow.
Absolutely. Also on the art here, we have Kari Randolph, who I just really love the art of for what this story is, which is essentially I guess for lack of a better phrase, Instagram story of Jimmy Olsen uncovering the Sovereign through, information found by Clark Kent, personal friend of his. As he will
Everybody's a personal friend of Jimmy Olsen. It's Jimmy Olsen.
Oh my god, in love with the way this is structured. It's very fun. It is the story of the Sovereign and how his people have ruled America pretty much since its inception.
With the lasso of lies, which may or may not have been stolen from Native Americans, which was slipped in exactly one line. And I'm like, okay, yes, that's thematically appropriate. Mr. King, if you could elaborate on that and be a little careful there, because this could get a little thorny. But this is, I love the framing of this, right? Like the Instagram Live thing is a fascinating. It works. It means that the backup is 4 panels, each page 4 panels.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I love the constant flashing of subscribe now, and every time Jimmy Olsen stops in the middle of his ranting here for this. Very fun stuff. Again, the structure is great, but also doing a lot of heavy lifting for the run as a whole. Really, really cool stuff. It's a great way to do it. I also just love when comics like this actually take their backup stories to do something significant with the main story as well. They did it last issue as well, of course, and the issue before. But yeah, I really love whenever comics do that, and King has not wasted his backups so far. So yeah, really great stuff. I just love the sort of consensus that this arrives on is that the Sovereign's power is sort of built on his hatred of women and how his people have stolen away their influence and how they were sort of the ones trying to stop this uprising. Really, really great stuff.
So he has a sister. Sovereign has a sister, an older sister who may be the actual Queen of America, which it's going to be interesting to see how Tom King wraps this up in 3, 4 issues time. I think it's going to be wrapping up an issue. All the Sovereign stuff is going to probably be wrapping in issue 20. I think.
I mean, hey, who knows? It could go beyond that. It could be shorter than that. I guess we'll find out. I'm definitely feeling the end of the Sovereign's reign finally coming up. But as to what we go into after that, we could still have plenty more spilling out as a direct result of all that. So, who knows? We will see.
Who knows? We'll see. But I think that does it for this one.
That does it does the issue for today. Be sure to check out other
Tom King always making these longer one shots because
he's fucking Tom King. He's good. He's good, bitch. Come on, he's awesome. Check out other Fresh Face one shots we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, of course, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various, which is ending at the end of this month / the end of this year. Very sad about that. We're also covering Batman the Long Halloween, the Last Halloween, the supposed end of the Long Halloween saga. We're also covering the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, and currently crossing over with X-Men by Jed McKay with Great on Grey Malkin. We're doing this as one shots, but I also usually cover those as just by myself on Fresh Face solos. The X-Men, the main X-Men issues, that is, not the uncanny ones. Then also check out the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. As of the time of this coming out, we just recently, earlier last week, whatever, released an episode on our latest volume of New Teen Titans, Volume 5, and then we have some Suicide Squad stuff coming up next. So be sure to check out that when that comes out, and also check out our link trees that will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Subscribe to the channel, Blood Donut Studios. Any and all support means the world to us. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.